Welcome in everybody to First Gear Network's first broadcast here of preseason week number 1 for the GT3 series at First Gear Racing. My name is Jason. I will be your host tonight, and we will get on a broadcast here of our first preseason race for the new season coming up here in November. We are at Road America tonight. We've got a few cars on track in practice right now. This session is set up to run 30 minutes for practice, and then there's a 30-minute open qualifying session, and then we'll have a sprint race after that of 15 minutes where the winner of that will receive championship points when we get to the regular season, and then also have an inverted field for our feature race, which is a 45-minute race in these cars. So thanks for coming along. Appreciate having y'all here with me tonight. And as I put on this is my broadcasting debut, I guess is the best way to say it. I've done a couple of little things here and there, but First Gear Network, we're getting it off the ground. Huge thanks to everybody at First Gear Racing, and shout out to Edwin and Josh and Ben and just everybody that's really helped me kind of put this together. Trevor and these guys are putting in a lot of effort, and even Daniel. We're trying to put something together for all of y'all, and really appreciate everybody on the team and everybody in the league and all of our fans for going along this ride with us, and hoping to bring some good racing your way. We are going to just kind of flow through this practice session here, just get some look at some cars on track, and appreciate you guys for coming along for the ride. So let's get going here and see what we've got on track right now. Car Joshua O'Brien on track. Right now he is currently the fastest car on track. His fastest time is a 2-minute 12-second lap time. P2 in practice so far is Travis Roberto in the 028 car. Nice Mercedes, nice paint job there. His fast lap so far looks to be 2:16.493. Buck on track in the 28 car. Mark Outlet right behind him in the 80. This car sounds so good on the track. Lap time wise, that puts Mark up to third fastest on the track. Got George at P4. Tommy Thompson's on the track. Let's go catch up with him in the 7. Driving a beautiful purple and black Porsche. A little bit of chrome on the back there. Looking good. Mark catching up on Tommy here. Got a new P2 in the house. Edwin James up to P2. Down to 213.191. Really good lap. A little too much there, Edwin. Come on now. Hold on to it. That's a good looking paint job on that car. Got the McLaren out tonight. Looking good. Can't see him through the trees. The blimp can't get the shot. Oh, a little bit of overdrive there. Keeps it on the track. What's happening over there, Mr. Moquin? Halfway through practice here. 15.5 minutes left before we get to our qualifying session. So far, we've got top 5 cars on track have registered. We've got 3 other cars in the room. Haven't registered a lap time just yet, so I'm sure things will get heated up as we get in closer to qualifying here. Stop overanalyzing everything, darn it. It's good to have you here with me, brother. Appreciate you joining. Pull up our race info for today. So here in Road America, here in Wisconsin, we're looking at ambient temp, 66 degrees. There looks to be a 61% chance of rain. The weatherman is not playing nice today, it looks like, but we are cloudy with 14-mile-an-hour winds here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Track length, 3.98 miles, pretty long track, really fun track. A lot of different challenging corners and straights. These guys are going to really be put to the test on handling and pushing the car to the edge, and it should be fun to watch. We've got a mixture of all different kind of makes and cars and stuff, so that always leaves us with more interesting racing and strategy and everything, certainly with having the sprint race and having the field inverted afterwards. So whoever wins the sprint will be starting dead last for that feature, and how they work their way up through the field and everything. So ought to be pretty interesting. Fast lap time for Joshua O'Brien as he clips off a 2-minute 8-second lap. Really good lap time there. Guys are getting fast. Cars are getting more grip as the tires warm up, and guys are getting more familiar with the track. I think Josh just bought the track actually, just before this session started, so pretty quick learner here, just getting a few laps in. And right up there to the top spot, running really good lap times. Not too far behind him would be Edwin. Edwin's gotten up to a 2:09, so he's right on the tail, just a second off. P3 on the board. We have a new P3. That's Tommy Thompson. The 7 car. Just ran a 2:13.63. Austin Longnecker's on the track. He brought out the Ford Mustang. It's a good looking car there. Ford Mustang just sounds good. Love the sound.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me?
Sound like that sound came right on through there. My apologies. There we go. Got that sound fixed. Looks like we got too many logos over here in the corner. Fix that as well. Oh, he didn't come through? Oh. That's good to know. Austin Longnecker puts up a fast lap here, 2 minutes 7 seconds. Really good lap. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. He came through pretty loud on my end when he talked, so I got that changed. I got driver chat muted. I thought I had it turned off from the last session I was in. It just didn't save it, so sorry about that, guys. Make sure I have that fixed next time beforehand. Still learning a lot. Just downloaded SDK and the software for the overlays and kind of putting the race details together just a couple days ago. So still getting pretty fresh with it, learning it. But I've used OBS before for broadcasting that software and stuff, so I'm pretty familiar on that side, at least with doing some short races and stuff like that. So now it's just trying to put a whole package together and trying to get this broadcasting gig off the ground. So appreciate everybody's patience working with me as I'm trying to gain some new knowledge and experience and put on a proper broadcast for you guys. hop in the car here with this Mustang. Check our sound levels, make sure the car doesn't sound too loud. Copy that. I have that mode on now, Michael. Thank you. That was a crash. Crash. Austin puts in the wall when we jump in the in-car camera. Let's go get with Joshua here. He's falling back to P3 on the board as Edwin has run a 207.7. So the laps are getting faster. These guys are getting more and more comfortable. Joshua's got his Jeff Gordon 24 helmet on. Got the flames on. See it in the rearview mirror. Go to the gyro cam. Right along here. Engine sounds aren't too loud, are they, Michael? Sharp looking Porsche right there. Very cool. Let's check in on the Mercedes of Travis Roberto, 028. They're trying to make a pass on the outside of the 28 of George Buck. Copy that. Thank you, Mike. Move that down just a little bit here. See if that works out a little bit better. Appreciate it. Let's see, who else we got on track right now? Tommy Thompson's on track. We got just, we're coming to 5-minute mark left to practice before we have open qualifying. Porsche sounds so different compared to those other cars. Joshua O'Brien just went and put down another burner. What is this man doing? He's gone crazy. Give him the track for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and he's burning it up. 206.388. These are some fast laps these guys are getting into. I ran some laps before the session started. I think the weather might have been a little bit different, but overall, these conditions pretty same here in the Porsche. And I ran just a handful and got into the 208s, 207.9s, and the car felt pretty good. Felt like there's definitely places to attack under braking to gain some time there. So these lap times are really good. So this is pretty exciting. These guys are going to put on a heck of a show for us tonight. Track temp's about 73 degrees. So pretty cool with the ambient temp at 66, a little bit of sunshine, but pretty overcast. So cool track, a lot of grip. Let's see who just went out there. The 80. Let's go. Oh, just went to catch up to the 80, and he's out there mowing the grass. Mark Owlette, Koopa's Racing number 80 from Canada. Gonna turn on the driver input screen here. We're just testing features out, just playing with stuff. A little wide there, a little late on the braking, a little overdrove in that corner there. Real hard braking here for the sharp left, 90-degree turn, downhill, and then into the long right-hander, the carousel. It's all about gaining momentum, but not letting the car push up. You gotta kind of be hesitant in the center of the corner there, and then get back on the throttle hard. Let it come out near the curbs there on corner exit really fast. That's a good corner. It's a fast kink right here. Don't even have to let off the throttle to make it through there. About now you should be up in about 6th gear. Guess we could actually take a look at that because we have the dashboard. Show us what gear he's in, how fast he's going. This is a 2nd gear turn here. Stayed in 3rd, kind of overdrove it just a hair. It's a good looking car. Looks like we've got 8 in the room so far tonight. One hasn't made any laps yet. That's Kyle. He said he was wanting to make sure he joined in and get the kids to bed, and then he will be hopping on with us here in a little bit. So. Just had Travis Roberto pop up to P3 in the Mercedes. Alright, so looks like time is wrapped up for the practice session, so we will be getting into qualifying here in just a moment. Look at that to Josh getting the fastest lap time in practice. Show those results for you with a 2-minute 6-second lap, 3/10. Austin Longnecker 6/10 off in second in practice. Travis second, just over a second off. Edwin James 1.3 seconds off the pace of Joshua's lap. And then back to George Buck in P7, 11.7 seconds off the pace of Joshua's lap. So now it comes time for qualifying. First car to the line is going to be Joshua. So lap times are counting now. They're crossing the stripe. Ticker's on. Let's see what happens. These guys are all close together. Travis has gone purple sector in the first two sectors. Fastest sector in the first two. Josh faster in that third sector. Guys are battling it out here. Alright, so as we're coming around here, these guys are close to completing lap 1 of qualifying, getting a time on the board. They've battled back and forth for fastest sectors of the 6. Josh can get the fastest one in the third. He may have the fastest lap here on lap 1. Let's see what happens. 2:06.773 for Joshua. Nice lap time. Travis did not get counted for a lap. Must have had an off track. So Austin Longnecker will go to P2. His lap time 2:10.798. Let's see, what else do we got in here? We got Kyle. Kyle Heath is on track now. He's made it to qualifying. Number 13 DDM Porsche. Looks like his first lap may have been an off track as well. Mark Ellett puts it up to P3 with a lap time of 2:16.37. Joshua's got purple sector, fastest sector in sector 2. And Mark is right on George here. George hasn't registered a lap just yet. A little wide in turn 5 there. Mark staying patient. Tough part about qualifying, you come out and get on a hot lap or get on a time lap and have traffic in front of you. You know, it can help you, hinder you, depending on how you catch them or where you catch them. This track has some decent long straightaways. You can get a little bit of draft maybe, and you just gain a little bit of time. In the corners though, and when you're really close battling, it's really hard. You don't want to run into the car in front of you. You don't want to have an incident point to throw your lap away. Try to be as polite as you can on track. Travis Roberto gets a lap up there. His second lap counts as a 2:08.31. Austin Longnecker jumps up to second with a 2:07.5. Just 8/10 off of Joshua's lap time. But Kyle Heath says, hold my beer. Here we go. Kyle Heath to P1 with a 2:06.67, a tenth faster than Josh. Josh has got to stay on it here. We're about 7 minutes through qualifying, so still plenty of time to get some fast laps down. These guys are going to battle it out, it looks like, for this top spot. So right now we've got 8 drivers in the field, 8 drivers on track. We have 7 that have recorded a time. We've got Kyle Heath, P1, Joshua O'Brien, P2, Austin Longnecka, P3, Travis Roberto, P4, Edwin James, the Gingerbread Man, P5, Tommy Thompson in the 7, P6, and Mark Ellett, P7 in the 80. Let's go ride with Edwin here. P5, I know this man, known him for a long time. He's not happy with that. All right, Edwin. What are you going to do? Don't overdrive that corner now. Come on. Let's see what he does here. Right now, his lap time shows the first 3 sectors were better. Personal best there. 4 and 5 are in the yellow, so no improvement in 4 and 5. So this lap may or may not be better as he's coming up the straightaway here to the start-finish line. Looks like Kyle Heath just had a best sector 5. Edwin James up to P4, gains a little bit of time there. Good game, good job. 2:08.2. Got that McLaren flying. That's the fastest McLaren on track. We're actually kind of split up here in the field tonight. We got 3 Porsches, 2 McLarens, 1 Ford Mustang, 1 Corvette, and 1 Mercedes-Benz. And these cars all handle a little bit differently. They have different characteristics. They're loaded to and designed to a spec to keep the racing close, but each car handles and this fixed setup just a little bit differently than the other. So sometimes you can favor a track to your driving style with a different car, change from week to week or based off of how you like to drive. So we'll see these guys throughout the season. Some of them will kind of change from car to car here and there and change it up just a bit because of what they like, how the car handles at certain tracks and certain conditions as well. We're known for our day races, dry races, but we're also known for a little bit of wet and wild because we can have wet tires in the GT3 series, and then obviously with headlights and such, we have some night racing too. So this season's packing a punch. These guys are really good, have had a season under their belt. We don't have any new members on the track tonight. Everybody's run at least a partial part of our first season. That driver in the 13, Kyle Heath, laid everybody to the woodshed and put on a heck of a season. Most wins and dominated in strong fashion to win the first season GT3 championship. And these guys are going to come out with a vengeance to try to catch up to him, try to catch the field, try to catch that main guy. And let's see what we got coming from Edwin here. Is it going to be anything better? He actually drops the spot because Travis in front of him throws up a 2:07.2 for P3, which knocks Edwin back to 5th. Austin then jumps Travis for 3rd with a 2:07.2. These guys are battling for this 3, 4, 5 spot. This is crazy. What's Kyle doing here? How about this? I see purple for Travis. Let's see what he's doing here. His first sector, fastest. See how he comes on sector 2 here. Personal best, still good, still good. Let's ride along here. See the track as he's seeing it on this lap that he's trying to put down. Another personal best in sector 3. It's Mark Ellett. Just ran a 2:11.78 for his fastest lap of the session. does here, coming up on the I'm assuming. There it is. Okay, it's taking it a minute. Alright, so 4th is a personal best as well. So he is putting a lap together here. Really good lap. Oh, a little bit slower in the 5th one. Still, 4 really good sectors before that. Let's see how he comes out of this last sector on his lap time. Does he have a chance to challenge for the top 2 spots maybe? It seems pretty fast. And across the line, P3, 206.856. Puts him just 800ths behind Joshua O'Brien for P2. So they was really close. And that's still, Joshua's only a 10th behind Kyle Heath on his lap time. So the top 4 are all within just a half a second, give or take. And then Kyle says, hang on, no, let me gap it out a little bit more. 206.301 for his best lap of the session. Kyle showing off. Stop it. Take it easy on the boys. Take it easy on us a little bit. He's fast. He's super fast. Try him in the Porsche here for a second. Again, totally different sound engine compared to Travis and that Mercedes. Mark Outlet up to a 210.492, up to P6. Great lap, Mark. So right now we've got the 13 of Kyle Heath in first, Joshua O'Brien in the 24 in second, Travis Roberto in the 028 car in third, Austin Longnecker P4, Edwin James P5, Mark Outlet P6, Tommy Thompson P7, and George Buck has not come out on the track. He is P8. Slinging the car, really taking it through the kink there at full speed, not letting off the throttle at all. Let's see, Kyle is personal best in sector 1, a little slower in 2, 3, and 4. This lap most likely not looking to be any faster. It's probably good. He's done enough. He's up there. He's fast. I don't know how much more. I mean, he's close enough to where is a 205 out of the question? Is it reachable? These guys are really putting it together. He just had a fastest sector in sector 5. He's over here like, watch me. Hold my beer. Here we go. That lap, the 206.233. Okay, so a little bit faster. 24 cars off track. We didn't get to see what happened there. Let's rewind it just a hair here. Oh boy. Got a little loose and couldn't catch it there. Edwin James in the 46. He's showing green in sectors 1 and 3. A little slower in sector 2. Let's see how this lap works out for him. Just past halfway in qualifying. We've got about 13 minutes left. I'm going to take a step away here just for a second. And we'll leave it on here while I flip through, and I'll be back with y'all here in just a moment as we get closer to the end of qualifying and ready for our sprint race. So just hold tight, watch the cars on track, and I'll be back here in just a moment. Thank y'all. All right, we're back live with you here. Sorry, just had to get some things hammered out for race details and then make sure we were set up for our interviews for our sprint winner and our feature winner after the race. So right now we've been watching Joshua O'Brien trying to give it all he can before qualifying ends and pushing the car to its limits and having a couple spins. Thanks, Ben. Good to have you on here. Hope you're doing okay. Hope your eye's doing well. Miss having you on track. You see Josh is trying to be aggressive, but with having to come out of pit road with cold tires and doesn't have the heat build up, not a full tank of gas, these cars take a little bit of time to really get the grip and the speed to be able to make these lap times that they're looking for. They're trying though. They're trying. Ooh. A little off on the curve there. I don't know if that gave him an incident or not. Must not have, because I didn't get an off track for him there. I did get an off track earlier, but I think this is just counting as a out lap possibly. Let's see who else is on track. Travis is on track still. He's trying. These guys are trying. This P2 to P5 is really tight with the gaps between those times, between those guys. It's a little bit further back to Mark and 6th. Tommy and Mark are pretty close, just under a second gap between those two. And then George looks like he's gonna keep it on pit road for qualifying and possibly start in the back here for the sprint. Travis has gotten to a personal best in Sector 4. Looks like with just 5 minutes left in qualifying, Edwin James is on an out lap. He's coming back on the track. Like Travis is calling it. Then we've got Joshua out there still trying to get those tires warmed up. I feel like he's not getting any personal best sectors right now. Probably a little bit of grass there. Looks like he's throwing up on the track. A little bit of debris. No debris cautions in this series. No full course yellows. It's green to checkered racing. Throw all the debris on the track you want. These guys have one fast repair for the sprint, one fast repair for the feature. It really doesn't benefit you to really get you back in the race, but to get your car fixed where if you want to make laps and compete still you can. But with no yellows and no real reset. If you get an incident and everybody in front of you doesn't, it's going to be hard to catch them. Unless you know how to be 5 seconds a lap faster than everybody else. So maybe Kyle, he could have an issue maybe, but I doubt it. The front of the pack is definitely closing up on him and closer. Josh O'Brien is so close. I mean, these guys are right next to each other. 2:06.1. Let's see, Edwin's on track here. Let's see how he's doing. He just came across the line. So this lap starts for him. Gingerbread Autosports on the track. Coming down to 3 minutes left in the session. How qualifying works, and it should still in this format with having basically a heat/sprint race. We should be able to, if you start your lap before the timer ends, you should have time to make it around to finish said lap. So this is kind of a testing a new feature for us with the way the structure is for the races. And last season we did 40-minute practice, 20-minute qualifying, and then an hour race, green and checkered nonstop. Here we're mixing it up with a 15-minute sprint race that happens after qualifying, and then the sprint finish gets inverted. The field gets inverted, to where then we start our 45-minute feature. Mini endurance race, just 45-minute race, but should require one fuel stop. So there will be some strategy and pit stops there. Travis is coming back on track on his out lap. See if the 24's got anything here. Looks like first 4 sectors are yellow, means slower than his personal best. He's driving it hard though. I will give him that. He's trying. He's really getting all he can out of this Porsche right now. I just feel like the tires and the weight with the fuel, it's just hard to come right out and throw up a burner lap. You've got to build that over time and get a few laps in. Now that he's gotten a few laps in, 2:07.8 that time. So, now maybe we start to see something change here, like Edwin just hit a green sector, run a 2:06. I was looking at the wrong one. My apologies. The 2:07.4, and yeah, there we go. Kyle's coming back on track too. Guys are giving it one more gusto. So far, first 2 sectors, not anything faster, personal best-wise for Joshua O'Brien. As we go back to Edwin in the 46. Coming down to the hard 90-degree turn 5 here, downhill, sloping off to the side. Has a little bit of runoff, but you really have to slow the car down there. Looks like Kyle's right behind him there. Again on his out lap, so with 30 seconds left, I don't think he will have enough time to get back to the start-finish line to get a credited lap. Right now it looks like, unless you're on a lap at the moment, most likely cannot get another one to count. We'll see when the timer hits how it does it. It may just end it instantly. We're not certain. This is a first for us with doing a heat style format for the sprint. And yep, it ends it instantly. It says nope, time is over. So qualifying is completed. I'm going to show you the results here. So this will be our grid that is reversed. I did not see that coming. Okay, throwing a little one out there. So you qualify to be fast, and even in the sprint you got to start in the back. Oh boy, this is going to be exciting. So we got George Buck, P1. Tommy Thompson, P2. Mark Owlett, P3. Edwin James, P4. Austin Longnecker, P5. Travis Roberto, P6. Joshua O'Brien, P7. And Kyle Heath, P8. I don't think we saw this one coming. The inversion button maybe got checked on the wrong section. But hey, you know what? It's preseason. We run with what we got. We're going to learn from it. Shout out to Edwin for putting this series together. He works really hard to find good tracks and good race formats, and works really hard to put this together for us. So thank you, Edwin James, for putting this together. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a short little pace lap here, and we're going to get to sprint race, 15-minute race. So. Ben says EOL. Boy, it makes me want to go out and qualify knowing that the field's inverted. I'd rather put down a lap than not know what I've got for the past half an hour. We'll see how this start is for George. Coming to the start. We're going to show speeds. Maybe. If it works.
Green.
Green, green, green. Here we go. Field is tight. George got a start. He has position going into turn one. See what Tommy does here. Tommy looked to undercut there at the starting of the corner. Just wanted to make sure he had a good turn in. Now here he goes out of turn one. Side by side for the lead. Tommy Thompson gets clear of George Buck. Oh no, we have a spinner in the back. Travis Roberto catches it though, gets it back on track. Got Tommy in the lead. We've got George in second. Edwin James in third. He's looking on the inside. Edwin's up to P2. Going for P1 possibly. He gets it. He gets it. Edwin clears for P1. Kyle Heath has gotten up to P3 though. He is coming. Fastest guy on the track in practice and qualifying. Well, not practice. He didn't get to run last practice, but qualifying. Fastest guy on the track. He gets to P2 as well. Joshua O'Brien's behind him. Going to take P3 or fight for it here with Tommy. They are side by side. What a great racing these guys are putting on here. Edwin is trying to get going, trying to gain momentum here as we've got about just under half a second gap. So close. Kyle is closing under 3/10 here, 3/10. Oh yeah, these guys are coming. Edwin, you're not getting away that fast, buddy. Lap one here. It will show in the top corner lap 1 of 15 or time of 15 minutes. We have it set for both. Obviously the timer will hit first before the laps do, so we'll get a white flag when it's time. So it's not set for 15 laps. We just have that setting there just to make sure, because it makes you choose something. But here we go for the lead, possibly here into turn one. We'll see what Kyle Heath's going to do. We're going to jump on board with Kyle here. He's looking. Backs the corner entry up. Good drive off here. Edwin got a really good corner exit there. Really keeps the gap the same. A little late on corner entry there for Edwin. Oh man, Kyle's going to have the run here all the way down this stretch. He's going to choose the right side, which is technically the preferred line, but it is the outside going down here into turn 5. Such a sharp left. Let's see what happens. Side by side. Give each other space. Edwin keeps the spot, having that inside line. He was able to rotate the corner, slow it down. Keeps the lead. We have that Mark crashed. Just got an alert for it. Not sure exactly how far back that was. Let's see what happened for him here. Oh, turn 5. Ern comes around, catches it. Gets going back on track here. Keeps going. All right. Kyle has gotten the lead. Sorry we missed that for you guys. Edwin P2. Josh, P3. Got Tommy Thompson, P4. Austin Longnecker, P5. Travis Roberto is up to P6 after his early spin on lap 1. He's gained 2 spots, so George Buck's back to 7th. I'm starting on pole, and Mark Owlett's in 8th. 2 seconds behind George, so the field's starting to spread out a little bit, as you can see on the track map. Top 3 are all kind of crowded together here, and then we've got a little bit of a gap. Back to Tommy and Austin battling for that P4. Let's see what they choose here. Austin gets by. Tommy gets good drive off. Not willing to give it all up here. Really good driving by these guys. Travis just a couple, 2.5 seconds back of Tommy right now. I'm trying to catch up to him here. Oh no, Austin spins. Tommy had gotten back by him. Let's go back and just check that real quick. Looks like Austin and Tommy had given swap spots here. Coming into 5. Generous there, Austin kind of giving him the spot. Looks at the crossover. And then just had to use a little bit too much brake right there. I think that's what that was. Just a little bit too much brake. And the rear end came out from underneath them. The fixed setup, I mean, these cars have ABS and traction control, but the fixed setup limits what setting they're at. And each car, because of its driving style, it's set at different settings. So you can still lock the brakes up, lock the tires up. These things will still spin out on you, certainly once the tires get hot and you start to lose grip. So just a little bit too much brake there for Austin, but so that moves him back to 6th. Travis gets by him for P5. Tommy's in P4. Joshua O'Brien's P3. Got Edwin running P2. And he is not letting Kyle get out of his sight. These top 3 are all kind of gapped evenly. And Edwin is just a second out from Kyle Heath here, as we've gotten 7 minutes through on this session here, so we're just about halfway through the time of this sprint race. As Kyle Heath leads. Gap time spread from 1st all the way to 8th, so George Buck is a total of 32 seconds behind the leader currently. Find out the top speed. Okay, it just shows their top speed. Copy that. Sorry, I'm playing with stuff, guys. Just trying to see what their last lap time. So the last time around, Kyle set the best lap of the 206.3. Edwin was right there with a 206.5, but again, that explains now he's down to a 2-second gap, so he's lost some time to Kyle here since we started following this battle. It's so hard to get it back. Kyle is tough. And it looks like Edwin might be coming under attack here from Joshua O'Brien here pretty soon for 2nd. Joshua's under a 2nd gap between him and Edwin, so that's a close battle. We also have 5th and 6th having a close battle. Looks like Austin. Oh my goodness, they're all right there. 4th, 5th, and 6th. These guys are racing. I like it. Let's go in the cockpit here. Ride with Austin for a second. See this battle going into turn 1. See what they do here. Austin's got to run on Tommy here going into turn 1. Looks like Travis is going to follow. Travis kind of backs the corner up a little bit. So does Austin. Tommy overdrives to keep position. Great battle by these guys. A little bit of overdrive. Oh no! Tommy Thompson off track. Looks like they both kind of pushed a little wide there. And Travis Roberto gets by both. Oh, just a little bit of overdriving, and it put Travis in the catbird seat. Gets 2 birds, 1 corner. Is that how they say it? 2 birds, 1 stone, but we're going to change the racing terms. 2 birds, 1 corner. Well, Austin's close on his tail still. Knocks Tommy back just a hair. A little bit further back, we have Mark. Hanging tough, running P7. George Buck wrapping up the field. Alright, so here's our closest battle on track currently. Actually, both of them are pretty close, aren't they? Josh is right there, side by side. Doesn't have position, backs the corner up. Gives Edwin position. Good clean racing. Guys aren't forcing the issue. Really being respectful and courteous on track. And you expect that with these guys. Edwin preaches courtesy on and off the track every race. Really clean driver, Joshua as well. It's good to see a battle like that. But Josh isn't done with them yet. I guess I went back to live, huh? My bad, guys. Get stuck watching replays and didn't even realize it. New guy. I'm new. New guy. 8 watches. Give a thumbs up. Thanks, Ben, for giving us a heads up on that. One of these times I'll find the thumbs up on here and I will give it. There we go. I got one for you. I'll give that a thumbs up. Alright, so here we go. Austin just got by Travis Roberto for 4th. Uh-oh, Roberto, what happened? Travis, no! Oh, got loose. Oh. And he speeds into the pits. He took a tow. Said that's enough for this sprint race. Austin moves up to P4. Tommy P5. Tommy's not giving up. He's really good in these GT3 road courses. He's really good in these cars. It's fun to watch as we've got a new leader. What happened? What is going on here? Kyle Heath. Rex from the lead. Oh, up over the curb, gets loose. Oh, and then nose first into the wall. Oh my goodness. Mistakes. Just something happens there. He's staying on track. Still P3. But here's the closest battle on track currently. This is for the lead and possible win of this sprint race that's got just under 2 minutes left. That updated again. My apologies. Alright, so just under a minute. I was looking to see if I could get a flag count on it, but it doesn't have, I don't have that setting, so I don't know if it gave the white flag there or not. This is really close. These guys are really close. If this is it, holy cow. And I've got a note here, Austin Longnecker crashed and Tommy Thompson got by him. That puts Austin back to 5th, Tommy Thompson up to 4th. Seems like the time and the lap is almost perfect. It is checkered flag for Heat 1. We have Edwin James winning. Great job to Edwin. Josh P2. Kyle's coming on up over the hill here with a damaged front end. He'll get a new car for the feature. P3 for him. There's a battle for fourth. These guys aren't done. They're not stopping. Up the hill. Tommy and Austin battling. Who's going to get fourth here? Austin edges Tommy for fourth at the line. Tommy Thompson, he's going to get fifth. Mark Owlett in sixth. George Buck is running seventh. And Travis Roberto is going to take eighth here with his crash. So that should, if the settings are right in the room, we should still have another inverted field. Gonna have to wait and see kind of how that plays out. Just wow, what a finish! Did not see the 13 having an issue there like he did, but that's the race. I mean, that's racing. It happens, and that's all it takes is just one mistake. So we're gonna go ahead and show the official results here, if it will pull up, maybe. There we go. And then now we've got to go to our oh, it's doing both. It's already showing the starting grid, isn't it? Yeah, it is, because it's time to start another race. So the inversion happened in the wrong section, so we are starting the feature race with the same lineup that we had finishing the race. So we will have to get that worked out for next week's race. Apologize to everybody on that one. Here we are still looking at 66 degrees. Don't worry about that rain. Track temp 72. We get to the race start up here. We have Edwin leading the field here for this 45-minute feature race. I think maybe we'll have to put in a 5-minute warm-up in between just so the guys can get a bathroom break in, maybe. Although it's just a 15-minute sprint, but some really good racing there. Congrats to Edwin on winning the first ever GT3 preseason sprint race. Now we're going to see, without the inversion of the field, the faster cars that finish that first sprint are going to be up front. We're supposed to have them inverted for this feature race. So growing pains with the new format, the new series. But we'll get that fixed for next week as we're coming up the front stretch here. Safety car is going to pull off on a pit road here. And we're going to climb the hill. And we'll be racing here. Good luck to all the drivers. Green, green, green. Barney's got the flag and he's waving it. There we go. Edwin gets a good start. Got Kyle right behind him. Hard braking here in the turn one. Looks like everybody gets through cleanly. Great shot of the field right there. Looks like Travis Roberto gains 2 spots so far through the first 2 corners, up from 8th to 6th, passing George and Mark. Here we go. Josh has got that outside line. Does he stick his nose out there and try to beat Edwin on braking? Cold tires with this new set. Oh no, and Edwin spins with the cold tires. Oh, he had the line and spun. Oh no. It's not how you want your sprint winner to start the feature race. He's got damage on the front of the car. Yeah, that's a bummer. Oh. Let's go inside with him real quick. Let's go back to that. I just want to see if we can tell if maybe his traction control kicked in for him when he went to get on the gas. Oh, I think he's on the curb, just a hair on the inside there. All right, so then we got to go back up to the front. Now we've got Joshua O'Brien, P1, Kyle Heath, P2, Austin Longnecker, P3, and then Travis in the 028. And that Mercedes is up to 4th from starting 8th. He's our biggest mover so far, as we're just hitting the 2-minute mark of this 45-minute session. Again, just want to give a shout out. Thank you all for watching and participating with us here in our first GT3 preseason race here at Road America. First broadcast for First Gear Network. And we're hoping to have some good racing here from here on out and be able to broadcast it, put it to y'all. So looks like Kyle's looking on the inside of Josh here. Ooh, they got close. All right, so Kyle gets the point, takes the lead. And then we've got Austin in P3, not too far behind Josh, looking to pounce in his Ford Mustang. Looks like Edwin has gone down pit lane. He's going to fix that damage, probably use the fast repair would be my assumption. Now because of the way it works here, with us most likely needing a pit stop, he should be able to get enough fuel now from the fixed setup to actually be able to make it the rest of the race. But he is behind substantially at the moment, so we will have to see how that works out. Let me get my track map back up here, showing positions. We'll do positions now that we're in the race. Sorry guys, still learning, I apologize. Alright, Edwin's repaired, back on track. And roughly 50 seconds behind George Buck for 7th. So pit stop done, completed. Now he's got to take care of the car, take care of the tires, but yet try to gain and make that time up when these guys have to pit later on in the stint. Most of these guys will probably wait till closer to halfway to try to refresh, get new tires, and get the best out of them for the second half of the run. Some may try to just run on one set of tires and just get enough fuel. Strategy could be all over the place there on that. As we're looking here, it looks like no positions have really changed here other than Austin up to P2, Josh back to P3. And Austin is right on the tail of Kyle Heath. He is not letting go here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Mustang from the rear gearbox. Pretty cool shot. Let's see how close he gets under braking here. Okay, he doesn't drive it in deep. Nice and smooth. Kyle got a real good exit there. Austin comes in a little bit closer on entry. Giving it up on exit just a hair here. Then you look at Austin's car, you got Josh right on him coming into turn 5. Oh no, Josh dives it in there. Alright, good driving guys, great driving. Man, he is right there. Mustang is just humming along there. What a sound. What a shot. We go to the nose cam on the 24. As you can see, Kyle's just starting to edge out now. Got a 1.5 second gap. Looks like Austin had a really good turn 2 there. Pulls away from Josh, gains just a little bit on Kyle. trying to get closer. Getting some dirt there, these guys are. Oh no, we got George Buck off track, it looks like. Back on track. Okay, all good. All good. We look back. Travis is about roughly about 3 seconds back in this battle between Josh and Austin. A little bit of dirt for Austin there, and you can see the rear end just kind of come out just a hair. These guys, oh no, it snaps on them. It snaps on them. Oh no, they crash. Oh, we caught that live. Oh no. Austin, no. Oh no, that was such good racing, and I think it's just bad spot. He overdrove that corner just a little bit. Had to put a little bit more brake into it. It got uneasy, tried to catch it, and then, oh, right into Josh. Oh, and he went ahead and towed the pits. Oh, that's a bummer. You don't want to see that. So now Josh got a little bit of damage on the front, and his gap to Travis is gone. Travis is right there on his tail battling for P2. So leave one battle, get a little battle scar on the front end. Got a new battle right behind you. As you watch the big dog, Kyle Heath, got a 5-second gap now due to that incident between Austin and Josh. And Josh is going to go ahead and come into pit road now. Probably not a terrible idea to just go ahead and get the damage fixed. Kind of see how his pit stop goes here. Apologize, iRacing doesn't let you see the pit crews or anything. You'll see the sign man maybe. Probably not even that. You don't see anybody in the crew. It's only when you're driving. Sorry, I'm used to that. Let's see what happens here with the 2.4. I assume he's going to have a fast repair. Go ahead and fix it. Yep. Damage fixed. Is he going to get service? Just fuel? Looks like no tires. Car didn't go up. Just enough fuel to get to the end. As George Buck flies by here. Looks like Edwin's the next in line here to be coming. Let's see where he's at. He's coming onto the front stretch. Josh is just coming off back onto the track out of the pits. Austin is most likely still being towed. And Kyle is the man in the lead. Sitting on a 5.4 second lead over Travis at 0.28. Third place is going to be Tommy Thompson, up 2 spots from where he started 5th in this main event here, this feature race. A little bit of dirt there out of the corner exit. No harm, no foul. Mark, up to P4. How about that for our little rescue? Come on, Mark, you can do it. Drive that Corvette. Doing a great job. George up 2 spots as well from where he started. Right now our biggest movers backwards, excuse me, is 4 spots down for the 24, Josh O'Brien with his incident, and then -6 spots for Edwin James from where he started. Started on pole as the sprint winner, and had a little spin out and got some damage and went to the pits real early. So we're going to see if strategy plays out for these 2 guys, as possibly have enough fuel now to for sure make it to the end, and see if they can make up any time. It's just hard because these guys are substantially ahead. We've got pit road pit stop time probably somewhere around 48 seconds for on and off pit road. So these guys got to close the gap a little bit. With Kyle, it's hard to close the gap. So we've got Austin's back on track, not giving up. Got the Mustang towed, fixed. He is a lap down. And right now he's got passed by Kyle and Travis. Tommy is the next car in line to possibly get to him. But Austin with a fixed car probably will hold pace and get his lap back when Kyle and Travis pit. So now it just comes down to strategy. We're 12 minutes into the race. We've had a few incidents, a few drivers with some bad luck. Small field tonight. Not everybody has the track. It's a preseason race. You're not going to have the full commitment. So a little bit smaller field than what we would normally expect as we race these cars on Wednesday nights. But with the field that we have, even if you have a small field, even a large field, one bad move can put you to the back of the pack. One mistake, one incident. And so these guys that had their issue now have to try to prevent from having any more issues. And the same goes for these guys up front. They haven't had an issue. Don't try to have one. What happens if you do? We saw what happened to Kyle in that sprint race. Just a little bit too much curb there on one of the corners and got the car uneasy and he spun out. So anything's possible still, being only 13 minutes into this 45-minute session for this feature race. So still a lot to happen, and the strategy, the pit calls, what these guys are going to do that haven't pitted yet. They're going to take the time to take tires as long with fuel, or if they're just going to focus on fuel. But this should be interesting. I was just double checking here, looking, because my screen tells me that George Buck is on a wet tire. I don't have any way to confirm that, but I just looked up and it says he's on a wet tire. I don't know if there's any details that I can get off of that would tell me if he is or not. Yeah, most likely nothing to tell me. But if so, he's managing pretty well. With his best lap is a 2:15 on wet tires. That I did not notice earlier in the sprint race. So I don't know if that's something that accidentally got checked or if my system is glitching. But it is telling me that he is on wet tires compared to everybody else being on dry. So it's still sunny out. The guys were telling me there's no sign of weather in the forecast other than what our system was saying, but I think that's just the room saying always a chance of rain, but most likely shouldn't have any. So right now we're checking in with the leader, Kyle Heath, coming out of the front stretch here, completing lap 7 of the event, or lap time. We're hitting the 15-minute mark, so about a third way through the event here. He just runs a 2:05.989. This guy's out here running qualifying laps. Just burning them off. As the fuel burns off, the car gets lighter. The car can get faster. You start hitting your marks. You start getting in a rhythm. It's just we're at that time where now we've gone longer than the sprint race did. We've seen mistakes. We've seen incidents. Now we've got to double it. We've got to go 2 more times. 30 minutes to go. 29 and a half. So a lot of chances here. He's got a 9.2 second lead over Travis in second. Tommy Thompson is sitting a total of 25 seconds back. Looks like George is falling back here a little bit as he's gotten past. Mark's gone off track. I just got a note. He's out there off-roading. Come on, Mark. Hang in there. P4, baby. Come on. Little rescue on the car. It's a great thing Mark does for the community, rescuing turtles and reptile sanctuary and and everything he does up in Canada. It's really awesome. It's cool to watch some of the videos and news broadcasts and stuff they've done, and the updates that he shares in the Discord, and of what they're doing, and all the things. So shout out to Mark and Little Rescue. Keep that Corvette on track, Mark. Rooting for you, buddy. Tommy up to P3 here. Really good run for Tommy. Staying out of trouble. Staying consistent. Got a report George Buck's been going off track. Come on, George, keep them wet tires on the track. Here's Austin, still running P8. Bad luck there. A few laps ago, had to get towed to pit road. Lap down to the field currently. Putting up some solid laps, running 2 minutes 8-second laps. So just trying to manage the car now, trying to take care of it, still trying to attack, but you got to watch that fine line. As Josh O'Brien just ran a 2:07.259 for his fastest lap of the race, up in 5th. How about Edwin? How's Edwin doing back there? Up to P6. Looks like George Buck is hitting pit road. Hopefully he's getting those wet tires off, George. Hopefully you're paying attention. Put some dries on, Bubba. It'll help, I promise. No rain, no rain. George said, I'm driving through all the pit stalls. Watch out. And he goes up in the air. He's definitely getting some tires. Let's see what it says here after his stop. Revving up. They're still fueling. And they're done. And system still shows he's on wet tires possibly. It's not updated unless this thing is truly glitching. George is giving his all on some wet tires. Austin gets a spot on George with that pit stop. Puts him up to P7. Spot gained. Again, so we have an Edwin here. Go ahead and change here to this camera shot. Edwin's in 6th, so 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So the bottom half of the field has been on pit road at least once for either damage repair and fuel or just for fuel and tires, which is what George took. Those wet weather tires don't like the dry, so being that we haven't made it all the way to halfway, he might have to stop again, because that could have been a tire wear thing where he had to stop. We're going to take a look here at kind of our pit stops. So just to kind of show where everybody made their stops on track. Turn off the dashboard for a second. There we go. Top 4 haven't stopped. Josh O'Brien stopped on lap 4. James Edmund on lap 1 after that incident. Austin on lap 4, and then George has been on lap 8. So we'll keep an eye on that as the race goes on, as we're on our 21st minute of the event out of 45. Getting close to halfway here. Hopefully everything's going well on the broadcast, and I'm not glitching or anything. Computer on my end seems to be running well. This is my first long run stream I've been on for a good while now, so hopefully everything's running good and working as it should. So appreciate y'all participating with us and watching, and hopefully I'm not talking your ears off too much. Check up on the front spot here. Kyle's up in P1 still. He's got about a 15-second lead. Looks like P3 is hitting pit road right now, Tommy Thompson. So let's take a look and see what his stop is going to be like. Alright, hits a spot. Car goes up, definitely getting some tires and fuel here. And he's about here at just the halfway mark. So halfway through the race, he's getting his stop out of the way. Oh, I gotta wait for the fuel, Tommy. Wait for the fuel. Wait for the fuel, Tommy. There you go. Alright, pit stop over. Fresh tires for Tommy. So that gets, he loses 3 spots on that pit stop to Josh, Mark, and Edwin. So that still leaves Kyle, Travis, and Mark to make pit stops. So Josh, even after his incident and a pit stop, has been able to get by Mark. Mark hasn't stopped yet. Edwin's coming. No quitting these guys. Just the gap to the leader is a mighty amount, but the gaps to each other and overall battling for position with some of these guys in mid-pack, still a good opportunity. So Josh is the highest up that has made a pit stop in P3. And then the leaders are hitting pit road now, first and second. Kyle and Travis are hitting pit road. Let's see how these stops go and see what happens. Kyle stop. On the marks, car goes up in the air, getting tires and fuel, just floating there. You can't see the crew, can't see it actually getting lifted up in the air with the jacks. But he's going to get a set of tires, get that fuel filled up, come back on track with still a decent gap. There he goes, Travis hitting his marks. He decides to take tires as well. With the time it takes for fuel, tires are almost a freebie because you don't give up more time really to get the tires. Once the tires are done, you still have to get a little bit more fuel. So unless you got really good set of tires that you don't want to throw away because they're the right temp, right tread life, grip life, I guess I should say, it's usually worth it to just take the tires. So that Travis had moved back to third. Josh was able to gain enough time after his incident and early pit stop to take P2. So that leaves us Mark, who's on pit road right now. Check his stop. Edwin's gotten by him for 4th. Tommy's going by for 5th currently. Looks like maybe he wasn't lined up right. Appreciate it, Ben. Thank you. Alright, so now we've got everybody pitted. We don't need that pit stop strategy anymore. Let me go and get that turned off here. Boop. The dashboard back up there for y'all. Still learning a lot of stuff. There's so many features to this stuff. Plan to keep working with it, massaging it, and learning. to be able to put more together for you guys as the time goes. So right now, Josh, 18 seconds behind Kyle after we've got past the 26-minute mark of this race. 13 laps completed. Travis Roberto in third, 10 seconds behind Josh. And we've got Edwin in fourth. He is 1.5 seconds behind Travis. So that is right now our second closest battle on track, because Austin is gaining on Mark for P6, it looks like. We have a battle on our hands for 6th and for 3rd. Right now, this is the closest battle on track, as the intervals are telling us here, so we'll keep an eye on this here for a moment. Muscle car battle: Mustang, Ford, and Chevy. Used to be in it, the Mustang Camaro battle, but in GT3s it is the Mustang and Corvette battle. Camaro no longer in production, kind of phased out by General Motors. So the Corvette's the car you get. Been around for a long time in the GT3 series. Both of these cars were added to iRacing beginning of last season. So Austin gains a spot, gets up to P6. Mark back to 7th. Still Kyle up front, 21-second lead over Josh now. We did have an alert, so when didn't see that happen. Oh no. This thing is tricking on me right now. It's telling me stats that didn't happen. Okay, there we go. We're good. Go right up in the blimp here for a second. Love how the tree line just cuts off. That's all wooded in real life, but you can see the backside of it because of the sim. That's fine. Decent crowd out there today. A lot of fans. Move in on the chopper view. So now we see the gap between Edwin and Travis for 3rd and 4th. Travis in 3rd, Edwin's in 4th. The gap's increased to 3 seconds here. Still closest battle on track. Edwin is just got it to 2.5, so he gained a half a second there. So I don't know if he had a mistake a little bit earlier. I don't have anything on my list here that he had any off track or anything, but they were closer. Of course, Kyle just ran the fastest lap of the race at 2:05.433, so only faster on this second set of tires. Austin just runs a 2:07.756. Decent lap time for him in P6. So right now this is putting us basically the top 5 look to be still on the lead lap. Sorry, my apologies. The top 7 are still on the lead lap. Only car down right now is George Buck. And he's under threat. Just got passed by Travis. And now Edwin. Tommy's still putting on a really good run, running P5 in that 7 car. Edwin is still trying. He's down to 2.2 seconds. Almost 2 seconds now, gap between him and Travis for third. He is really trying to get Travis. Looks like maybe a little bit of wear on Josh's tires. He's starting to lose a little bit of gap to Kyle, although Kyle's been running some really burner laps. But 25 seconds behind Kyle is Josh. He's got Travis about 9.5 seconds behind him. Everything on track. Everybody's kind of spread out. Kind of the quiet time of the race as we're hitting 32. We're on the 33-minute mark here in just a few seconds out of 45. You see this battle between Edwin and Travis still close, but it's kind of fluctuating back and forth right around that 2-second mark. I'll ride with Edwin here for a lap. Yeah, with that lap, Edwin keeps it right there. They're still at a 2-second gap, so they are running really close lap times. That time by 2:07.4 to a 2:07.3, literally 3/100ths difference in lap time. Edwin is gaining on Travis. That is such a close battle in time, lap times, where it's just this long track to make a whole lap around here and only be 3/100ths. Difference in time is crazy. These guys are really trying hard. Looks like we can go back here. Mark went off track. Let's take a look here. That's it. That ain't nothing. Keep going, Mark. You're doing great. So Kyle, 25-second lead still over Josh. He is now lapped 8th and 7th place, so we've got 6 cars on the lead lap. Got Josh running 2nd. 26 seconds back to Kyle currently. Travis running 3rd. Great show from him tonight. Really giving that Mercedes a good showing. Edwin trying to stay on his tail, starting to lose a little bit of time. Lost 0.7 of a second there on that last lap. Don't overdrive her, Edwin. Bring her home in one piece. Still the sprint winner. Tommy running 5th place. Sorry, my apologies. Tommy's running 5th in that 7 car. Got a little damage on the front. Found himself a little bit of trouble. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Because I didn't get a note about damage, so this must be it. Oh, a little bit of grass. Overcorrects right into the nose first into the wall. Oh, that's a bummer. He's had a really good race and stayed out of trouble and running top 5 here at Road America. Really good showing. So with just over 6 minutes left in the race, hopefully he can bring that home. MP5, he's got a 23-second lead still over Austin in 6th. So if the car still can keep pace, no aero damage on the front with that front bumper gone, it's going to be hard, but we'll see if he can bring it home here. Austin, there he is. Kind of in his own gap here. 22 seconds behind Tommy. 27 seconds ahead of Mark, running 6th. Had his own issues, had to get towed to pit road. And still able to get a couple spots and get back up to 6th. Good run for him. Mark's running 7th. Giving that Corvette a good showing, a little rescue. And then we've got George Buck. He's running 8th. He's had some issues. I still don't know if my software is tricking me and he's not on wet tires, but if he is and it's being correct, I mean, those wet tires can be a hindrance on a dry track. Definitely not as much grip as the slicks would have, so probably seeing excessive tire wear now, like he did kind of in that first stint, because he's running longer this stint than what he did last time. Let's see where we're at here. Lap 8. We're on lap 19 now. So he's gone longer on this set of tires than he did on that original set, so these could be starting to show signs of wear. Let's take a look at our pit stop times. Who's our... Doesn't tell me everybody's, does it? Kind of hides Edwin's, I don't know why. Fastest pit stop recorded. 20.3 for Josh. Give it to Josh and Austin, both 14 laps on their runs on this stint with those tires. Really good job. Alright, we're getting a battle coming. I just got an alert. Looks like he's within a second. Edwin's coming. Edwin's coming for you, Travis. Let's see what happens with this battle here for 3rd place. 028 in the 46. Closest battle on track. Just about to hit the 3 minutes left in the race mark here, which probably means 2 laps, most likely, depending on where Kyle is on track, which is about halfway around, just past turn 6 in the 7. So 7/10 of a second between third and fourth. Edwin has gained a lot of time here. He gained 8/10 of a second on that last lap on Travis. So Travis is starting to wear down a little bit. Maybe the tires are giving out. Maybe a little slip up. But Edwin is staying persistent and trying to stay within that striking range. Try to make himself, look at him dive it in here. Just gain a little bit of time on entry. See if he can keep it on exit. Loses just a little bit. Pretty good break. Yep, that's a pretty good job there for that corner. This one's really tough. These tires getting hot, worn out, getting slippery. That corner's tricky, even with good tires. Down to 6/10. This is where the racer mentality is just about giving it your all. You see your opponent in front of you. You see a position. You see where a spot you can gain, and it's very easy to get lost in trying to make it up, make it happen immediately, and overdrive. And you really have to stay focused, stay committed, run the track, run the line, don't overdrive your entry, take care of the car, and just keep it mistake free. There we go. Gets a good corner there. Gaining. A little bit of curb there. Ooh, that is so careful. That's where Kyle lost it in the sprint race. So I don't like that curb. I hate that curb. That curb is rough for me. I don't like hitting it. I've spun too much there myself in different series and races here. These guys are attacking that curve pretty hard. All right, white flag is out, so Kyle has taken the white flag. This will be the last lap of the race. Again, this is our closest battle on track. Austin's got to within 4.5 seconds of Tommy for P5. This could be really close. This battle here is still under a second. We're going to try to get you a shot of the finish here for the leader, and then our continuing battles here. These guys are just driving so hard, so excellent. We will have interviews after the race. Our sprint race winner, Edwin James, will be with us, and we're also going to have our feature race winner join us as well. We'll have a little conversation about how the race went with these guys. A little group interview I think we'll do tonight just for some fun. And so coming into the last corner, looks like it's going to be Kyle Heath. It's going to be coming to the checkered flag to win week 1 of the preseason of the GT3 series feature race at Road America. Kyle Heath, your winner. Congratulations, Kyle. We'll see you in the interview room here just shortly after everybody finishes here. As we follow down the list, we're going to look here. We see there's an actual battle here. Austin has caught Tommy. I don't know if he can do much here. We're going to watch Josh coming up the hill. P2 for Josh. Austin is getting by Tommy Thompson. Tommy dives it in hard. Oh my goodness. Oh my. What a corner by Tommy Thompson to get that position back. Holy cow, what a drive. Oh, he leaves it. He got a little tight there, overdrove entry. Let's see what Austin does here. He says, all right, still got a little bit time left. Congrats to Travis, P3, Edwin, P4. Let's watch this battle for 5th between Tommy and Austin, how it plays out, going around the carousel now. These guys are in a battle. That was a crazy pass in turn 5 that Tommy got back by Austin when it looked like Austin had the position. Let's see. They're going to go. Oh, Austin's up over the curb a little bit in the grass. Here we go. Into the hard right-hander heavy braking zone here. Oh my goodness, they're side by side. What a great race. Oh, Tommy holds position here. He's got position going into the left-hander here. Holy cow, what a drive. Austin looks again on the high side, on the outside. Gonna try to make this last corner wrap around. Tommy pushes. Austin's going to get him out of the last corner. What a battle by Austin Longnecker and Tommy Thompson for that 5th position. Great racing to the end, guys. That was freaking awesome. And that was great. First race of the preseason. Well done, guys. Well done. We couldn't be any more excited for you. That was some really good racing, and congrats to Kyle Heath. He wins tonight's race. Let's go ahead and pull these guys in from the waiting room so we can discuss with them how this race went.
Somebody's in here.
Hey, I'm in here. Hey, guys.
Oh,
This
okay.
is Jason in the
Hey.
booth. Just pulled you up here. Kyle and Edwin. I wanted to pull you both in together. Going to have a group interview. We're going to try that for the series. First off, congratulations to both of you, Edwin, on that sprint race. Congrats to Kyle for spinning out, having a little mistake in that sprint race, giving everybody a shot.
Thanks, Kyle.
And then Edwin, I guess thanks to you for having the issue on lap 1 of the feature and giving up that pole and Kyle on a great drive on this race. That was a heck of an event. We had a little bit of rubbing, racing, spinning, a little bit of contact, but overall some really good racing here at Road America. Tell me about how you guys felt. How'd it go for y'all?
Well, hero to zero, hey?
Yeah, he said that during the race too. That was pretty funny. But I get the first one away, that's for sure. And I'm pretty sure he get that second one away because I was going to take it easy on that long run, on that just to see how much gas I could save. I wouldn't have to put in that much fuel at the end.
Yeah.
So and after Edwin spun out and I was able to kind of pull away. Josh had a little bit of problems there, and that new guy in there, he was catching me. I was trying to save as much fuel as I could. That way, whenever I had to stop, I had to take just barely any fuel at all. That way, lighter car, faster car.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys really showed, there was a lot of speed in the field, some really close battles. I think, at least from what I was watching race pace wise, I feel like Josh and Edwin had the pace to stay kind of right there with you, Kyle. It just, you would click off a 205 every once in a while, and it's like, dang it, this guy just won't stop. He's running faster than qualifying laps in the race. But Travis really, he ran a couple races with us, I think, last season, but he put in a great performance. And it was really fun to watch there at the end on that last lap, actually watching Austin and Tommy battle for 5th on that last lap because a couple laps prior, Tommy had a spin, broke his front bumper on his Porsche and stayed on track and had a 20-some second lead, but on that last lap, Austin caught him, and they had a heck of a battle, and it took until the last corner for Austin to get position to actually pass him. They both had a really good race, so it was fun to watch. I really appreciate you guys coming and running this, and thanks to Edwin for putting it together. I think we're going to have to work on the settings to get the field inverted at the right time.
Yes.
Looks like you guys handled that pretty well, though. Obviously, Kyle's like, put me in the back in a short race. I don't care. I'll still, get right up there. So
it was disheartening to be 5 corners in and he's behind me.
I know, right? He was very quick to come through the field, that's for sure. But great race by both of you guys. Congrats on your wins of our first preseason race of this season here at Road America, and we'll do it again next week.
Yeah, tonight's race was great practice because I'm pretty sure this track's on the schedule, so every little practice helps. But I didn't bullet my way. I wasn't bulling my way up to the front on that first heat. I was going to take my time. I was going to try to feel things out. Everybody has their own breaking point, so that right there was kind of sketchy.
Yeah. In that spin in the first stint, in that sprint race, was that the curb? It looked to me like it was too much curb.
Yeah, well, the lap before that, I felt like I could have went a little bit faster, and turned a little bit quicker. And so the next lap, whenever I went through there, I did the same thing, but I let off a little bit too fast, and it actually shot me more to the left. So whenever I hit that curb, it upset my rear end, and there wasn't no catching it.
I gotcha.
I
I
was
gotcha.
already on the edge, so that I was trying to push the envelope to see see what it can do, and I knew not to do that shit again. Oh, sorry, excuse my language.
Ah, there's our first cuss word on there. There it is. I did the whole race without cussing. Kyle Heath gets the award. That's a bonus point for you, sir. Thank you for doing that, so I didn't have to.
I I popped the cherry.
Yep, that's all right.
50 cent in the jar, please.
Yep. It's YouTube. We marked the box. Check not for kids. Okay. So hey, you all were warned. Okay. You clicked here. You're gonna get one every once in a while. We do our best to keep it clean, and really appreciate that though. That was some really good racing. Thank you guys for putting on a great show. And Edwin, to you in this feature, from that turn one incident to come back to be battling for third, you were so we kept going back to watching your battle because every time you got within 2 seconds, it was like, okay, here he comes. He's coming with another run, and then to get as close as you did, I mean, it was darn close, and that's a really good run for having that turn one and on the same set of tires at that too. So really good drive for you as well.
Yeah, those tires were burned up at the end of that. If I'd had better tires, I think I could have got him, but
Yeah,
it's all good.
I feel like definitely the tires would play a part. I really wanted to get in touch with George. I mentioned it in the broadcast, and I'll have to ask him afterwards. I'm pretty certain he raced for sure the feature. I didn't notice it in the sprint, but I think he raced the whole race on wet tires.
Oh
Oh, that
wow.
would explain why he was running 215s.
My OBS or my SDK has him marked for wet tires the whole race. So
Mine has it too.
Yep. So I wasn't certain if I was having a glitch or not, so I called out a couple times in case he was watching while he was racing.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna holler at him, make sure he knows. But other than
Oh
that,
Maybe
that
he
man.
was
looked
a
at the broadcast or
right.
the broadcast or something like that and seen, well, we're gonna have a 60% chance of rain.
Yeah, I still wouldn't put him on until it's wet enough though. But yeah, I'd have to feel like just kind of watching his car. I can't tell when you're driving if you have rain tires on or not. So I tried to get a good look, but you looked the way his car was handling that maybe it did. But yeah, that was the only real oddity I saw that I was questioning during the race. But again, only 8 drivers tonight. Not everybody has Road America. It's preseason week one. We're probably going to have a few more drivers as we get going through the season, hopefully to give you a little bit more of a hard time, Kyle. I know we got some other GT3 racers that didn't make it tonight, so it looking like a really great season and great performance by both of you guys, being the first sprint winner and the first feature winners of the new GT3 series season two. And shout out to Edwin for putting it together. Well done, and can't wait to get this season rocking with you guys.
Hell, shout out to you two guys for brand new broadcasts, brand new league.
Yep,
Appreciate
I'm
it.
excited. I can't wait.
2024 has been a heck of a year, right? We've created the league. We've run 2 seasons of racing so far. This is going to be season three, and shout out to Edwin for poking me back and forth and saying, you know what, we should be doing this. And I enjoy it. I like being behind the wheel. I love racing with y'all, but I also, this side of it, I enjoy as well. I hope everybody at home enjoyed it as well that was watching, and rooting y'all on, and can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, miss you out there though on the track, that's for sure.
I know I told Edwin if he can't compete with you by halfway through the season, he's switching me. He's going to have to get in the booth, and I'm going to have to go on the track.
I said I was going to give him hell. I threw a rock today.
You did, you did, and that's all I ask for is just give it all you got. It's all right. But
Hey
yeah,
guys, I
guys.
gotta go to bed.
Hey,
That was
appreciate
fun.
you. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah, I definitely hope so. My wife is still doing the funeral arrangements for her uncle that passed away, so
Oh, I gotcha.
yeah. So I was lucky enough to get me here in the race because she was still taking care of that stuff. But I went on ahead and logged in and came on in, and you know, tomorrow might be a different story. I'll be in there, hopefully.
All right, sounds good. If you're not, I'll raise hell for you.
Yep. Y'all take it easy, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
See you, Kyle. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and say that that is our complete first event in the GT3 series. Just a recap of the results. Kyle Heath P1, Joshua O'Brien P2, Travis Roberto P3, Edwin James P4, Austin Longnecker comes home P5 with an exciting last lap pass and last corner pass on Tommy Thompson. Tommy finishes P6, Mark Owlett P7, and George Buck P8. Want to thank you all for watching. We will catch you all next week in the GT3 series. And then don't forget, this Saturday night, our Gen 6 series will also be racing and be broadcasted. So see you then, and have a good night.
Yeah.